Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say all praise and glory goes unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors on to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well. And also shalom, citations, mercy, and blessings to all the sincere brothers out there pushing this word with truth and with faith. My name is Thabo Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. I want to retrace this rabbit hole that I just went down. And just kind of show you brothers what kind of information I just found out. Lord willing, it'll be edifying. So let's start with the first thing I looked up. I was listening to the radio and I heard a segment about, there's a segment on about how they're putting technology in the newer cars, basically where you can, they're getting it to where you can even start your car with just your heartbeat. All right. So I looked up this. This is from January the 5th, which was a little over a week ago. January the 5th. Yeah, that was actually that's almost as close to 2 weeks ago now at this point. Today's date is the 17th. So it says new sensor technology can detect your heartbeat in the car. This is from Forbes.com. All right. It says in 2016, researchers from the Fraunhofer Institute in Germany collaborated with Volkswagen Group researchers. So, like, let me turn this up just a little bit so I can see it a little better. Okay. It says researchers from the Fraunhofer Institute in Germany collaborated with Volkswagen Group research. Bolts and Visten in an intelligent car interior project to develop a system that moves sensor technology to the vehicle's interior. The researchers used depth perception cameras to capture the vehicle's interior and identify the number of people, their size, and how they were positioned in the car in order to understand their activities in the car. Okay, so they're gonna be coming out with these newer cars, these 2000 I'm sorry, this was posted in 2018. I'm tripping. I said that this was posted over 2 weeks ago. It's 2019. This article here was posted in 2018. But anyway, they are working for all these newer cars where the car itself is tracking everything that's going on inside the interior of the car, man. All right. Which should be a whole bunch of warning flags. It says in December 2017, Guardian Optical Technologies, an Israel-based startup, raised $5.1 million in a series A from Meniv Mobility, Marai Creation Fund. So, like, if I'm mispronouncing this stuff, for their new 2D, 3D, and motion analyst sensor technology for the interior of a car to create safer passenger aware cars. And hey, that's BS. They're always going to say that's for safety, man. All right, everything they're going to be pushing is going to be is as if it's a benefit to you. All right, when really it's just it's another way of taking away privacy from you. All right, it's another way to eliminate that illusion of privacy. Okay. It says the company says the technology can monitor a car's entire interior cabin with one sensor and can scan and track passengers and objects inside the vehicle. Now, why the hell does the car need to be able to do that, man? Which, if the car is doing that, they're sending all that data back to whoever the developers are. All right, just like these phone companies that's releasing these phones, the iPhone, these Androids, all right, LG, and Motorola, and the whole slew of these phone companies, these phone manufacturers. It's been brought out time and time again that they are collecting data on you. Matter of fact, that's one of the things that I actually looked into. Oh man, I don't know what I just did. So, like, that's one of the things that I actually looked into, was how your phone is actually listening. This is from Vice.com. and this was posted on June 4th, 2018. It says, your phone is listening, and it's not paranoia. All right. It says, a couple of years ago, something strange happened. A friend and I were sitting at a bar, iPhones in pockets, discussing our recent trip in Japan and how we like to go back. The very next day, we both received pop-up ads on Facebook about cheap return flights to Tokyo. It seemed like just a spooky coincidence, but then everyone seems to have a story about their smartphone listening to them. So is this just paranoia, or are our smartphones actually listening? All right. Uh, it says, according to Dr. Peter Henway, the senior security consultant for cybersecurity firm Asterix, and former lecturer and researcher at Edith Conway University, the short answer is yes, but perhaps in a way that's not as diabolical as it sounds, which it is as diabolical as it sounds, man. Just like all your Google searches, everything's being recorded. You're being recorded at all times, man. All right. It says for your smartphone to actually pay attention and record your conversation, it needs to be a trigger, such as when you say hi Siri or okay Google. In the absence of these triggers, any data you provide is only proceeded within your own phone, which is, again, this is BS. All right, this is BS. Especially if you go to your phone settings, right, or even this drop down menu right here, and you have it where it has NFC on right here. All right, if you have it where it has this, some of them have something called mobile data sharing. All right, I know on my work phone it has that option of mobile data, or even if you have this location on, guess what? If you have that location button on, that means that it's sending your location out to an outside force other than your phone, man. All right, and if you have that mobile data sharing um icon on, which it's not in this menu, but again, like I said, it's in my work phone that I have. It has that option in that drawdown menu, and guess what? That means that it will be constantly downloading things to the phone and also uploading things from the phone, man. And there's no telling on what actually it's downloading and uploading. All right, and another thing, if you can say hi Siri or okay Google, and that's gonna activate the phone, that means that phone's always listening no matter what. Just those triggers is when it's gonna respond back to you, but it's still listening no matter what, man. And that was the point of me even looking into this, you know. So you can't be fooled as the scriptures say, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Another one is biometric technologies. All right, because they was, again, the heartbeat, being able to start your phone, or I'm sorry, to start your car, or your fingerprints or your eye scans and all of that, to be able to access this and access that. It's all gearing towards one piece of technology. All right, this is an article from M2 SYS, so M2sys, right, .com, and this was posted on, I'm not seeing the date here, but either way, it says it's it says 5 ways biometric technology impacts our everyday life. Um, uh, a statical representation. Okay. It says, did you know that biometric identification management technology has been around since the 19th century, when police began to use it to track criminals? All right. Police began to use it to track criminals, and guess what? Not just the police, all these technology companies in cahoots with the government. All right, in cahoots with Esau system, is doing exactly that. They are tracking you, all right, just as if you was a criminal. All right, it says the implementation of biometric technology is around us and expanding fast, quickly becoming a part of everyday life. A number of biological characteristics such as fingerprints, finger and palm vein patterns, and iris and voice recognition have been useful in the evolution of biometric identification capabilities, and are now becoming standard on many devices we use each day. Okay. Listed here are five biometric technology, um, or I'm sorry, listed here are five ways biometric technology is impacting your everyday life. Border control, all right? Many countries around the world, including Iraq, have already deployed biometric border security systems uh, for fast and accurate identification of both local and foreign travelers. Biometric identification management deployments for border security include national databases, immigration and e-passports. Biometric border control systems ensure that an inadmissible person does not pass through immigration unidentified at airports, seaports, and other border control environments. So, border control is one way that they're using biometrics, all right, uh, for that sense of security, you know. It says on a typical day in 2014, U.S. Customs and Border Protection proceeded 1,026,234 passengers and pedestrians at U.S. ports of entry, conducted 1,333 apparitions, conducted 21 arrests of wanted criminals, conducted 241 inadmissible person refusals, identified 548 individuals with suspected national security concerns, all right, so on and so forth, okay? Another way they're going to use it, other than just border control, is it says take away these statistics reflect that biometric technology border control implementations at airports and other border control environments is successfully closing many loopholes in border security. Which, hey, the main way they're going to be able to close that is they're going to implement a brand new piece of biometric technology, man, which is going to be that RFID microchip, man. Okay, it says healthcare. The main application of healthcare biometrics refers to the use of biometric solutions in medical facilities for secure patient identification. Additional uses of biometrics in healthcare include time and attendance, workforce management, a single sign-in SSO to safeguard protected health information. All right, PHI. So they're going to be using it in healthcare not only for the patients to be able to bring up all the patient's information very quickly without having to enter anything into the computer. They could just scan something and everything pop up, and without having to go through the process of having different forms of iris scans or a database of fingerprints. All they have to do is have a national database of these RFID microchips, man. Okay, of which microchip belongs to what person. All right, and with that, scanning that, you'll be able to pop up with a photo of the person, so you can look clearly at the photo and see if that is who it's supposed to be registered to. And it's going to pop up with all the other information it needs. Not only that, but also for the people that work at the hospital to be able to access these computers to bring up such information. All right. And then also, again, they're going to be using it as a security concern, man. I believe it was one of the apostles. It might have been one of the elders that was talking about they can see a scenario where they bring about another major catastrophe like 9/11, which is going to scare everybody into. It was Apostle Gabar, matter of fact, I believe. He was saying how with 9/11, Patriot 1 and Patriot 2 was passed, which took away a lot of the freedoms and a lot of the rights from the people, and the people willingly gave that up. So I can see another scenario happening where it becomes a security concern, which people are going to definitely try to, they're going to give up that freedom, man. They're going to want to be identified, Going on, I'm jump down a little bit. It says, all right, never mind. It says, replacing passwords. All right, so instead of having to have a password, remember this password or that password, it could all be done with biometrics. Another one, membership management. All right, all right. The threat of security breaches and unauthorized facility access have left many member-driven organizations searching for a safe and effective way to manage their databases. So again, biometrics, the main biometrics they're going to be coming with is that RFID microchip. It says time and attendance. All right, and here you can see that they're showing a picture of somebody scanning their finger, which, you know, a lot of these companies, there's already companies that's implementing or having their employees take microchips to be able to log in and out of work. These are all different ways that this microchip is really, this is just saying ways that biometric is impacting everyday life. But really, what it is that RFID microchip is going to be impacting life. Okay, so I typed in here on Google, what's the next step in biometric technology? And they came up with a number of things, but ultimately what it's going to do is going to lead to that RFID microchip. And as the apostles been saying, as the brothers that studying and that studious have been saying, that RFID microchip is definitely the next one. All-in-one biometric authentication. You see this? It says all-in-one biometric authentication. So like authentication, the next step in banking security. And guess what? It's going to be that RFID microchip, man. All right. The future of biometrics, which everything's been leading to biometrics for quite some time now. All right. So this one's saying, it says after fingerprints, faces, heartbeats, voices, and even ears, what's next for biometric? What new part of the body could be pressed into service as a unique signifier of who we are without breaking indecency laws? All right, which they're going to be breaking indecency laws because they're going to be implanting RFID microchips into people. It says biometrics do offer high level for security, but it's not an infallible system. In the U.S., 5.6 million government employees have had records of their fingerprints stolen. Hackers can reconstruct fingerprints from a high definition photo, and it has been possible to subvert a facial recognition system simply with a photograph. Biometrics evolution, not revolution. This means that the biometric technology we have now will have to continue to improve and defeat hackers, but the advances we will see are likely to be evolutionary rather than revolutionary unless someone figures out a radical new way to identify someone. Also, the tech enabled in devices will get cheaper and easier to embed, but the forecast here is for gradual changes rather than huge leaps. For device manufacturers, this creates a problem. It's trickier to make a device tempting. It's trickier to make a device tempting to customers by telling them that it's only slightly better. It's a solution somewhat akin to cameras and phones. Initially, cameras were a point of differentiation, as were subsequent substantial improvement in technology. But improvements are now minor and mostly unnecessary. The promise of 52 megapixel cameras is unlikely to be a deal breaker to anyone but the most enthusiastic photographer. All right. So really, what they're gearing towards is that RFID microchip. That's going to be the next step. All right. That's going to be the next way that that they are able to provide what people is already accepting as the form of security or the way to access something, which is in biometrics. These people, they get all giddy about biometrics, man. You buy a smartphone in 2018, most likely it's going to offer you, instead of having a password, that people can type in, or one of those patterns that you can come up with the 9 dots. All right. Rather than that, most people are choosing to do biometrics as their password to be able to unlock their phone, whether it be their fingerprint, whether it be their eye scan. All right. Because voice recognition, then they're not really using that anymore. They're mainly using like eye scans and fingerprints or facial recognition to be able to access their phone. And then people also have that with their car. There's companies that have that with computers, or like we saw, access to get into a certain part of the building, or even at the airport. If you work at the airport, access to be able to get onto the tarmac. All right. Or anywhere behind the gated area that's usually not open to the public unless you're boarding a plane. Okay. So the biometrics is definitely the way that the world is moving, but they do realize, they already understand that there has to be a greater form, because these ways is already flawed, and their solution to that is going to be the RFID microchip. All right. Where's this article? RFID microchip. RFID chip implant, man. This is the form that they're going to be going with, man. All right. This is the way to go. All right. As you can see, they got microchip readers that you can get for a little for $4,430. They got eBay, you can order it for $42. You can get stuff from Google Play. RFID microchips is really the form of identification that these people is going to resort to for the security of their devices, for the access of their homes, for all these other different styles of convenience that they're going to be bringing. And they're going to get enough people to take this before they start making it mandatory. And as we know, this is spoken about in the book of Revelation. It's in Revelation 13, Revelation 14, I believe Revelation 16 as well. But I'm just going to get the main scripture, because by now this scripture should be a broken record, which is going to constantly get played out there, man. All right. This is something that's going to constantly get repeated, especially with this year 2019 being the year of Karagma, because this technology is coming, and it's our job as watchmen. It's our job to warn the people, man, according to the book of Ezekiel. All right. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. And even if you don't believe that this RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, which, I mean, there's plenty of evidence out there showing that it is. All right. Especially when you go into this word mark that's right here. All right. When you go into this word mark, and when you also, well, let me continue reading. All right. Because if you read verse 17 and 18, it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For his number, it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. And when you go into the 636, especially the last six, when you go into that word along with the word mark, it's it's proof. It's there's a certain word I was trying to use, a descriptive word I was trying to use with the word proof, but I can't think of it. But it's proof. It's undeniable that that's speaking about that RFID microchip. There's nothing else that fits that what it's speaking about, man. You got these Israelite groups that's out there that's helping spread lies, saying that this RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast. And if you believe that, that's fine. That's fine. We'll see who's right in the end, you know. But you shouldn't be teaching either way. You shouldn't teach people to take this, because it's still against the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, to be getting this implanted into yourself, man. All right. But yeah, I mean, the proof is all there. The proof is all there, and the ones that the Most High has opened the eyes up that have the eyes to see and have the ears to hear, they're going to be blessed because they're going to be able to resist this. But it's our job to warn you people about it, whether you're going to take it or not. It's our job to warn you people about it, man, because they are coming with this mark of the beast, man. They are coming with this RFID microchip, and they are going to make it mandatory where people will have to get it, you know. Man, let me see. Hey, but pretty much that was the point, man. Uh this chip technology, it's out there, it's coming, and you just got to be mentally prepared to resist the devil and to say that you're not going to take it. But I don't want to continue rambling on. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Again, the praise and the glory goes unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom, salutations, mercy and blessings to you sincere brothers out there. Shalom.